Hey everyone, this is the Sabbath day. Happy Sabbath day. I just felt led to talk about having survival skills and the importance of, just protecting your family, protecting yourself. And so in this video, I'm going to discuss things you should have in your house. You should have a backup solar energy charger, just in case there's no electricity where you live for whatever reason, a blackout. You can charge up your cell phone and your laptop and keep it moving, keep working, keep making money. uh, you should have bottled water stored. You should always have water stored just in case there's slow shipment of supplies or water. You should always have backup water. You should also have non-perishable foods. You should have been, if you're connected to my ministry, I told you a long time ago, many years ago, start storing food. Get the non-perishable foods and store them. I've also told people to get deep freezers. You can always, get some ice and pack your deep freezers in ice just in case electricity stays off for a period of time. And you should have whatever it is you need to survive in your house. I used to post a lot of survival messages of how to survive on my Facebook page, but I haven't done it on my YouTube page. So now I'm doing videos on YouTube to tell everybody. Now, see, my dad was a sergeant in the Army, so I get a lot of these survival skill techniques and training through my dad, because my dad was a protector. He always thought to protect his family, and so he passed down those survival skills and that protection ability inside of his children. I know I have it, and so God used what I would learn from my dad for the kingdom of Christ and for the world. So you should not ever be going through life la di da, and not protect yourself and not think outside the box, not have a backup plan. You don't wait for an emergency to happen. You always stay prepared. You always stay prepared and you stay ready. You should have mask. You should have a first aid kit. You should have non-perishable foods. I like to buy 30 pounds and 25 big pounds of beans, and just in big bags of quinoa, 30 and 20 pounds, and just non-perishable foods, brown rice. Keep that stored so that I don't ever go hungry. One of the things my dad used to do is because I'm from Ohio, so my dad would leave New Albany, Ohio, which is where I grew up. He would leave New Albany, Ohio, come to Michigan. I would say, "Hey, Dad," I greet him at the door. He greet me. Then first thing he did was, before he sat down, my dad marched through my house like a sergeant. And by this time, my dad was retired, okay? But he would march through my house like he was a sergeant in the Army, and go straight to my kitchen, open up my refrigerator door, see if I had any food in the house for me and the kids. And he go look through all of my cabinets to see what kind of foods and stuff I had in the house. That's the kind of dad I had. He was not playing. He had raised me well, and he told me that I am responsible for feeding and protecting my family, and I am to have food in the house. He don't care what the economy is doing. He don't care what the situation is going on. I'm supposed to have food in my house for my family and for my children and a roof over their head. My dad was not playing, and that's how he greeted me every time he came to Ohio. Hey, good to see you too, and walked straight in my kitchen, open up the refrigerator, and look in my cabinets to make sure I had food in the house. My dad was not playing. If I didn't have no food, my dad would take me shopping to get me some food. But I took care of myself. I took care of business. My dad knew he didn't have to worry about me because he trained me well. I heard what he said, and I'm still like that today. I keep food in my refrigerator. I keep non-perishable food in my refrigerator. I think ahead. I think like my dad trained me to think. Protection, protection, protection. Think and protect yourself and your family. So I just wanted to share some highlights of how my dad trained me, and then in turn I went ahead and made sure I gave my children the same teaching. Two of my children went to camp, and then I gave personal training to my other two children, because one of my children liked to go to Ohio and spend the summers with his grandmother in Ohio, and then his other grandmother in Atlanta. But I made sure that he had those survival skills. Two of my children went to camp in Roscommons, Michigan. They had counselors coming in from all parts of the world, so my children would learn how to be diverse. But they learned how to swim. They learned how to hike up the UP. They learned how to start a fire with flint. They learned how to eat off the land, how to look at the plants and leaves and know what was edible and what was poisonous. They learned how to cook for large groups of people. They learned how to do archery. Can you imagine that? Little black kids out there, learning how to do archery. They learned how to water ski. They learned how to go boating, how to fish. They had survival skills. They every year I had my list out of what they needed. I mean, it was like a whole list of everything. Oh my goodness, everything you need to go camping. They slept in real log cabins. It didn't have any heat or anything, so they had to get up, and the fire had to be made and all that kind of stuff. And they were near Higgins Lake in Roscommons, Michigan, near Higgins Lake. And they did that from the age of 8 to like around 17. And they did that every year, and they had a ball. They had so much. But I wanted them to learn survival skills, and they had an opportunity to do that. And then my youngest child, she stayed more with me, and so she learned what I taught her, what I shared with her. So I just want you to know that it's your responsibility to teach your children how to survive. Now, when I was growing up, girls can be really, really prissy. They could be girly and prissy. But my dad was a sergeant. You know what I'm saying? Prissiness is not going to help people survive. So my dad had to teach me how to get my hands dirty, how to get down in the dirt, how to grow and toil the land and plant food, and then how to harvest food, because he was like, that's not going to help you survive being pretty and prissy. That's not going to help you. So my dad saw that as a sergeant and knocked that crap right on out of me, and made sure me and my sister knew how to take care of ourselves. He was teaching me how to shoot with a rifle, because my dad was not playing. He was a sergeant, y'all. So my dad had the ability. He trained men and women in the Army. My dad had the ability of looking at people, seeing what needed to be developed, and develop them in that area. And I have that training. And so I took that training and I put it into my children. But now God is having me to take this training and share it with the world. You know, you can't be walking around talking about how beautiful you are and how pretty you are and you can't survive. That's not good. No, that's not good. You got to be a well-rounded individual person, learning how not to be dependent on anybody except for God. Do y'all understand me? This is Lois Banks coming to you from the Lois Banks Ministry. God bless you.